Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly devlog.
This week, I've been hard at work on animation updates, primarily focusing on smoothing out attacks. This will be the final pass on weapon animations before launch, so I want to make sure that they are all up to our standard. We also finally got around to making serious ragdoll changes to the characters. Before, the mesh was deforming in unnatural ways, and it was really immersion breaking. We are still not completely done with the poise break system, but knocking over enemies is already way more fun and reactive.
It's become clear that we're going to need to add expanding into the game. Initially, this was going to be added in a little while after launch. However, after playtesting a bit, the game just doesn't feel right without the ability to create bases in other places on the map. Now, while adding in this outpost system, I realized that the way I've been handling selection is not going to take the game where we want it to go. The majority of my time actually was spent revamping and then abstracting selection completely. The new system generally will make it easier to add in interactable objects of any type into the game.
Next week, I hope to finish up last-minute animation work and finish the final touches on some older armor sets. As you guys have probably noticed, our video schedule has become a bit erratic. We love making videos to show you guys new content, but our focus has to be on getting the game up to standard before April 1st. Once we launch the game, we should have more time to post videos.
As for me, like always, I'll be polishing and bug fixing while shaping up the last few RTS systems that aren't quite up to par. The goal is to have all the RTS elements done by the end of the month. Then we move on to making sure combat and third-person gameplay is in the best shape possible.
And now, it's time for the Q&A section. Cannon asked, are there going to be mages, and also are there going to be wild animals or monsters on the terrain?
Magic will eventually be added into the game, once we get the time, that is. In fact, magic is actually a big part of the storyline in between the rebels and the Empire. In addition to this, creatures and creeps, we will get to that eventually, but it's not quite that high in the priority list. We want to make sure that the essential systems are in before we move on to things like this.
That's going to be it for this video for this week, guys. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And if you want to get more involved in the community, especially if you want to test the game, make sure you guys join the Discord, which is always linked in the description. Thank you, and see you next week.
Thanks, guys.